called me on the day of the shoot, and then she put me on three-way with Tawanda. They wanted me not to show up. My last conversation with them was I wasn't protesting.
I mean, there's so much you could take.
I decided to not stop filming because, there's other stories to be told.
You know, Mom, with this excitement, I know me and my sisters, we go through so many things. But the thing is, Mommy, I went to see Tamar with her.
Okay, so we all know that the Braxton household has been a mess for a while now, and most of their show revolves around their grief on Traci Braxton's death. Well, it looks like although the Braxton sisters portray to be heartbroken over their sister's passing, they have not lifted a finger to support her remaining family. The word has it that the Braxtons have allegedly outed Traci's husband and son from the family, and now that her son is in trouble with the law, they aren't helping him one bit. I don't know about you, but it's hypocritical to me. We've got all the tea, so let's get into it. Traci's son in jail. Okay, so in case you didn't catch it, the latest episode of The Braxtons brought all the drama. You see, Tawanda was with Evelyn and Trina, and just as they were catching up, the phone rang. It was Kevin Jr. Turns out this call would be his last for a couple of days because he'd been arrested while he was on the phone with his aunties, and the charges were tied to his messy divorce from Olivia. The cherry on top is that he had a warrant out for failing to show up in court over those very charges. During most of the session, Evelyn was concerned about how Kevin and Olivia were handling Traci's death. However, after that call, Trina conveniently changed the topic, claiming that she was considering seeing the grief counselor again. What's more surprising is that Evelyn and Tawanda agreed with Trina's decision. Did they not see their nephew go to jail in real time? They should actually be trying their best to get him out of there. Honestly, what has this family come to? But instead of rushing to Kevin Jr.'s side, what did our Braxton sisters do? Oh, they jumped straight into gossip mode. Trina casually mentioned she might just see the grief counselor again, while Tawanda pointed out that all the sisters are still dealing with their loss. Fair enough, right? Cut to later, and Evelyn is out for a park stroll with Tamar, who's busy brainstorming names for her new self-help book. She's leaning towards under construction, and Evelyn, ever the supportive mom, calls it good therapy for her daughter. So there you have it. The sisters, supposedly mourning Traci, are instead chatting about book titles and gossiping about Kevin Jr.'s latest arrest. And if that wasn't enough, later in the episode, Tawanda, who's already out picking up her own kids, decides to give her jailed nephew a quick call. Surprise, surprise, Kevin Jr. had been in jail for a while, and it looks like his family barely noticed. Or should I say, they just didn't care enough to know.
You're all set.
Yeah, thank you so much, as always.
Yep, you're all set.
Yes, thank you. I'll see you next week.
All right, no problem.
Now, if you think about it, maybe Kevin Jr.'s arrest might be a good thing for the sisters, because we all know how they were really upset when Traci left everything she owned to her son, and that, according to rumors, might be the core of their discord to begin with. In case you've been living under a rock all this time, Traci Braxton made Kevin Jr. her executor, and the lawyer mentioned that at the end of her days, she didn't even consider anyone else, not even her husband.
She was incredibly confident about who she wanted to be her executor, and that was one person.
Antavius also revealed that Traci was more than mentally stable when she recorded that will. And as you can see, the attorney made sure to disclose the information in front of one of the sisters' cause. We all know how these things unfold when money comes in between. Antavius revealed that Traci was really worried about her son's future, allegedly in that horrid family, and that was the main reason she made that financial decision.
Trust me so much with her legacy that she'll put in my hands. This is stuff she told me when I was young.
Really? So this is no surprise to you?
It wasn't surprising.
You see, Kevin Jr. supported his mother in her journey to heaven, and that may be the biggest testament of his love for his mother. But on her passing, he wrote a heartfelt tribute to his mother on social media. When I heard the news about my mother being sick, first thing she said was, "I'm going to fight and beat this." She fought to the end, and today she's at peace. I love my mother forever, and this hurts so much, but I'm at peace knowing she isn't in pain anymore. I love you, Ma. I'm going to miss you. However, her sisters also tried to rewrite Kevin Jr.'s message, but it fell flat. They said, "It is with the utmost regret that we inform you of the passing of our sister Traci. Needless to say, she was a bright light, a wonderful daughter, an amazing sister, a loving mother, wife, grandmother, and a respected performer. We will miss her dearly. Traci passed this morning as the snow was falling. Our angel is now a snowflake." We ask that you respect our privacy as we plan to send her home with love, celebrating her life. We are family forever. If you don't remember, in season 1 of the Braxtons, the sisters ultimately put their public image over their own family tragedy. While they discussed their tense relationship with Kevin Sr., it became clear they were more focused on their reputations than actually mourning Traci's passing. Tony tried to play peacemaker by suggesting Trina reach out to Kevin Sr., but Trina was quick to shut it down, making it clear the family had no interest in mending any fences. Tony said, "I can understand why no one wants to talk to little Kevin's father. There was a pretty public rift between us and him right after Traci died." Tony also confessed the reason behind the sisters' cold shoulder towards Kevin Sr. You see, the Braxtons were deeply offended by his decision to hold a funeral for Traci after her passing on March 12, 2022. According to Tony, Traci had made it known she never wanted a funeral because she did not want anyone to be sad for her. Kevin Sr., however, went against her wishes, holding a public memorial complete with Zoom links for those who couldn't attend in person. And of course, the sisters and their mother refused to participate, claiming this wasn't what Traci wanted. Tony tried to defend Kevin Sr., suggesting maybe he and Traci had talked privately about other funeral plans. But the sisters quickly jumped on this, convinced it was just another excuse. The show revealed that Kevin Sr. insisted Traci wanted a funeral initially, and only changed her mind when she was on her deathbed and not in a state to make clear decisions. This whole drama ended up driving a wedge between Kevin Sr. and Kevin Jr., who, instead of standing by his dad, sided with the Braxtons, believing his mother was fully aware and serious about her decision. It's almost like the sisters managed to poison Kevin Jr. against his father, creating a rift in the family just when they needed to come together. Meanwhile, Kevin Sr. may have just been trying to honor his late wife's memory the way he thought best, but as usual, the Braxtons were more concerned about how it looked to everyone else. Just some time later, Trina dropped the news that production wanted Kevin Jr. to film a scene with his dad and their father, Michael Braxton Sr., which he said no one agreed to. "I made it very clear," she said, "I'm not trying to give a platform for his dad to film in any way, shape, or form." Apart from all this funeral drama, Traci's death should have been a grave reminder for the Braxtons about how short life is, but it turns out that they are now trying to monetize their sister's death. Listen, this is not an exaggeration, as Tamar literally went online to post about the plan regarding their upcoming season. She said, "You're going to see never-before-seen pictures and video of when she was sick and when she was transitioning, and we just thought it was important to show our fans as well, because our fans have gone through the journey with us with Traci. It was a loss for us, but it was a loss for our fans as well. She fought a great fight. Traci definitely wanted us to come together to do this show, and one of the great things about that is that we have also included her son in the series this season." And literally the next minute, Tamar started to gush about her own life update that she was engaged. At this point, it feels like they're just trying to make Traci's death as their main selling point. I can't wait for everybody to see how everything unfolds on the show, because it's a journey, and I'm just really excited about this new season for the Braxtons. You're going to see it all, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I'm so super duper excited for everybody to see this journey. It's a new journey, new beginnings. I know that Tamar had some new music coming out for this particular season. I know Tony's working on some new music. We haven't collectively decided on if we're going to do something together moving forward. It's bittersweet because Traci's no longer here with us, and we definitely miss her tone and voice. So we don't know. Maybe in the near future, maybe in another season, possibly. But wait, there's more. You know the very reality show that started after Traci's death, right? Turns out that they actually used Traci's death as the main pitch for that one as well. At the premiere of their WeTV reality series, The Braxtons, Trina told People that Traci would want the family to move forward and tell her story. In addition to that, when they were asked about how the family decided to reunite for another reality show 3 years after Braxton Family Values ended, Tawanda said, "Traci did this. Traci did this. We did this for her. She told us that she wanted us to tell her story. She wanted us to do the show. And this is the first time in history that all the Braxton girls said yes so quickly." However, the sisters admitted there were some nerves about showing their highs and lows on camera again. Trepidation might not be the right word, Trina shared. But there was definitely some angst going into doing this season, especially like I said before, because Traci is missing. You look around to your left and to your right and she's no longer with us, and she's definitely missed. But we've made sure that we've inserted her into the different scenes, like some never-before-seen scenes from our personal lives, from personal videos and personal pictures, just to remind everybody that Traci is still with us. Traci is still a Braxton, and we cannot lose her Traciness. Anyway, it turns out that it wasn't just Traci who had health problems. During an episode, Toni revealed that she also nearly suffered a heart attack after Traci had passed. She said, in true Toni fashion, asked the family to come to dinner, and she had something to tell us. But this time, when she told us that she wanted to talk, the setting of her tone was very melancholy. And I'm really afraid, because Toni had this health scare recently. Trina shared, Toni has always been a recluse when it comes to her feelings. She's never really been this person who just wants everyone to know what's going on with her in her life, and especially with her health. You see, Toni was diagnosed with lupus back in 2007, so she claimed that she had other reasons as well to keep her medical information hidden. She revealed, I know I have to tell the girls about a health scare, which makes me feel some kind of way, because that last health scare we heard was Traci. On the brink of Traci's stuff, I didn't want to get them riled up, thinking, oh, is Toni okay? So I don't even want to tell them. Maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. The Braxton sisters also decided to throw a bittersweet birthday party for Traci, even though she wasn't there to celebrate it. Tawanda and Trina showed up with their kids' significant others, and what seemed like a heavy cloud hanging over them. Tamar also made her entrance, looking like craving trouble, but somehow managed to turn her melancholy into a complaint about the harp player. During the celebration, the sisters sat around, eating and reminiscing in front of a photo of Traci, when Tamar suddenly started lamenting how she was the last one to find out about Traci's cancer diagnosis. She recalled how she pieced things together when she saw Evelyn crying, but wasn't officially told until Traci was already in hospice. Evelyn quickly explained that Traci didn't want her to tell Tamar or Toni, which upsetted Tamar even more. Trina wasted no time pointing out that Tamar had been at odds with Traci, which unsurprisingly, Tamar shot down, insisting they were on good terms. She rattled off memories of Traci opening for her on tour and helping her organize her closet in California, as if that wiped away all their previous conflicts. In her green screen interview, Tamar waxed poetic about the good times and wished for more time with Traci. But let's be honest, Tamar's sudden switch to the grieving sister act seemed like a stretch. You see, Tamar once literally kicked Traci out of the movie theater when they went to see a movie together.
I went to see Tamar with her movie.
Okay.
You know, she kicked me out.
Well, family friend Denise jumped in to diffuse the tension. She claimed that Traci hadn't wanted to burden her family with what she was going through. And honestly, can we blame her? With Tamar always at Traci's throat, it's no wonder Traci kept her diagnosis close to her chest. Tamar might have been shocked to be the last to know, but given the constant tension, maybe it shouldn't have come as such a surprise. Apart from that, you might already know that the Braxton sisters first made a debut on television when they began their musical career as members of the singing quintet The Braxtons. They first sang together at their childhood church, where their father was a pastor, but after signing to Arista Records, they released their first single, Good Life, in 1990. Traci told, You know I Got Soul in 2014. It was so rewarding because we had worked so hard. Tamar was only 10, just singing with my sisters, and having that harmony and being as one. We as one. We're the same heartbeat. During a showcase in Los Angeles, Toni Braxton caught the eye of Kenneth Babyface Edmonds, who was scouting for his label LaFace Records. Toni shared, They just signed TLC, so they weren't looking for another girl group. My sister said, You sign with Babyface and then you come help us. Years after the agreement, Traci said her older sister stayed true to her word. When Toni signed, she had her sister singing backgrounds, so it was like we weren't missing a beat. She was just out front. For her to share her spotlight is the ultimate thing. I'm so proud of her because she still doesn't have to share her spotlight, but she does. However, in 2011, the spotlight shifted to the Braxton sisters themselves with the debut of their hit reality show, Braxton Family Values. Tamar revealed to the New York Daily News that the idea for the show had been brewing in her mind for a while, before she managed to convince her sister to come on board. I got the idea for this show in 2008, and all my sisters were like, no way. I think we realized we all had stories to tell. We didn't do this as a career move. It's something we felt we had to do. We thought that as females, it could make a difference in other people's lives. So it's clear that this success was a joint effort. So it's still mind-boggling that after being through so much together, they still decided to abandon their nephew so soon after his mother's death. Well, fans are right beside Kevin Jr. on this one. What hurts my heart in regards to Traci's son, her only child, is he's dealing with the loss of his mom and his wife. He's getting a divorce. 2 major loss. I don't care about these sisters. I'm praying for Traci's son that he can find peace through counseling or people that has enough love and compassion for him through his terrible time in his life. In God we trust. Another added, Traci was still with her husband. We only know of her being with him. The rest of the sisters been in more than one relationship. I feel bad for Kevin Jr. more than anyone. Now, I never saw Traci and Trina fall out, but I remember Traci calling Tawanda a snake, Traci getting upset at Tony for telling her she needs to lose weight. Also, Traci and Tamar stayed at it. But what I noticed, Kevin had always Traci's back no matter what. I think the sisters just have a lot of secrets. And like Kevin said, he was the one with her when finding out she was sick until her last day. That's all for today. If you like that video, be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos like this.